Okay, stand with feet about hip width apart. You're going to take a nice deep breath in, bend the knees, reach up nice and high, hold the hands, bring them down through the centre. And again, bend the knees, reach up nice and high, bring the hands down through the centre. Okay, I've got 2 people waiting, I'm just going to let them in quickly. Okay, feet hip width, let's go again, bend the knees, big breathe in. And then bring the hands to the centre. We'll do one more time. Big breath in, bend those knees, reach the hands up nice and high, bring those hands down to the centre. Okay, from here, we're going to fold forward from the hip, allowing that head to fall. Knees are slightly soft and we're walking those hands to the floor. You go as far as is comfortable. Pull that core in, allow the head to drop, folding over, and then slowly coming back up again. Remember, you'll all be slightly different, but as the weeks go on, hopefully, this should become more normal. Looking to get the fingertips to the floor, and if you can, looking to get the palms onto the floor. Just waking everything up nice and slowly, okay? Just looking to try and flow through. So fold it forwards, fingertips towards the floor, and then rising back up again. We're going to do one more of those, okay? So fold forward from the hips, fingertips towards the floor, allow the head to drop, nice deep breath in, and then come all the way up to standing. Okay, looks like someone's been kicked off. We'll give them one more go, and then we'll be done. Okay, still in your same spot, take the hands up and we're going to go into a crescent. So we're just going to look to curve over to one side, stretching all the way through the waist. Coming back to the middle, just changing my hands round and working through the opposite side. Come back to the middle, change sides again. And one more, over to the opposite side. And bring those hands down. Okay, take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, from here we're going to fold forwards and we're just going to walk out into a plank. Looking to hold that position, keeping the hips nice and high, and push those hips back up again and walk all the way back up to standing. Okay, we're just warming up that lower back area. Okay, so just folding forward, walk those hands forward, reaching, looking forwards, drop the hips, nice and strong, and then press them back up again. And then curl. Okay. We're going to bring a new move into it. It's called Goddess, okay? So, my feet at either side of my mat and my toes are turned out slightly. We're looking to take the weight through the center of the body, okay? My shoulders are going to be back and I'm going to sit down. So I'm not leaning forward as if I would for a squat. I'm going to take my knees outwards and I'm going to drop into a goddess position. My core's nice and tight, I'm opening out the hips, and I'm just sat in the middle, okay? And then we're going to press back up again. Press back up through the heels, okay? So your toes should be nice and loose, so we're just going to drop down into the goddess. Hips are open, and you should feel that weight just sink through. Press back up again. I'm going to do 2 more of these, okay? Just looking to warm up. Shoulders back, sink down. Again, you go as far as you feel comfortable and then press back up again. Remember not to lean forwards or backwards. Last time. We're going to hold it in this position here. Take the hands out to the side and we're just going to go side. We're just going to flow through. Reach through. Flow to the side. 2 more. 1 more. I like this one. And then press up. Okay, so we're going to bring the goddess in where we look to lift our heel off the floor, okay? So we're going to sink back through again. Okay, I'm going to take my hands into heart, so just into prayer position. And I'm just going to lift one of my heels onto the ball of the foot. I'm going to drop that heel down. I'm going to bring the other heel up now. And then lower down, and I'm going to bring them both up together. And look to hold. Hold it there. Engage my core, and then press up and through. Bring the hands down. We're going to do that one more time, okay? So again, recenter yourself. Make sure that core's engaged, but you should feel it into the hip flexor and into the inner thigh. Check that your toes are going outwards. Let's sink back down again. Hands into prayer. Lift one foot. Bring the other foot. And then bring both up together. Engage that core. Work on that ankle strength. Flexibility. Press up. Lower the heel. Fantastic. Bring the hands down. Okay. Working again at the back of the mat. We're just going to work through our flow yoga that we've done before. So we're going to work into chair. Press through. Lift up. Reach those hands forward. Tip forward. Hips up, knees are slightly soft. Drop that head down, opening out the back. Slide the hands up to the knees, press forward into half fold. Drop the head down, curve all the way back up again. We're going to walk down into our plank. Walking forwards, holding that plank position. Okay, drop the knees very gently. Lower that chest to the floor. Tuck the elbows in. We're going to go into mini cobra, okay? Elbows don't fully straighten. Pressing up, hips pushed into the floor. And lower down. Okay, from here, we're going to press up into our downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Press those hips up nice and high. Onto the balls of the feet. Okay, we're going to walk the dog through. So press the heel. Press the heel. Keep the hips high. Weight evenly spaced between the hands. Okay, hold it there on the balls of the feet. Okay, so take one foot up to the ceiling. So lift that heel up to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Bring it through into our hot lunge and then lift up into high lunge. Excellent. Back foot is lifted. From here, open out, turn that back foot, and we're going to go into warrior two. Chest is lifted. Then from here, we're going to slide that hand down into reverse warrior. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Okay, from here, tuck the hand in. We're going to go over the top. Side stretch from that heel. And then standing up, okay? Check those feet. Hands are shoulder height. We're going to come forward, so we're leaning from the waist. Turn the hand, bringing it down to the ankle, and turn to look at our hand, okay? Both legs are still straight. We're in that triangle position. Come up, turn both feet round, and we're going to fold forwards from the hips, taking the hands nice and wide, tucking over, head going in, hips staying up. Just hang in this position here. Just work your head just to one side. So you'll increase the stretch on one side of the leg, then just swing through onto the opposite side. Walk it back through the middle. And then slowly come back up to standing, okay? Then let's go to the opposite end of the mat, okay? We're just going to work through the other side. Let's go to the opposite end of the mat. Okay. So I'm going to have my back facing you now, okay? So we're going to go back into chair. Sit back into chair, keep those heels down. Lifting up. Okay, fall forwards, drop the head, keep the hips up. Slide the hands up to just the knees, straighten the arms and look to flatten out that back into a half fold. Allow the head to drop down again and then curve all the way back up to standing. Keeping the hips nice and high, let's walk forwards into that plank position. Okay, keep it nice and strong. Then from there, lower the knees, point your toes, lower down. Tuck the hands in, under the shoulders, tuck the elbows in, and we're going to go into a mini cobra, keep the hips into the floor. Lifting up. Lower back down again. Tuck those toes back under. Press the hips up into that downward facing dog, okay? So weight evenly placed. Walk that dog through, press the heels, keep the hips up. Okay, hold it there, you're on the balls of the feet. Press that heel, flex the foot into that three-legged dog, okay? Keep the core nice and tight. Bring the knee in to a high lunge. Plant the foot and then wobble, lift up into warrior one. My back foot's still lifted, turning out into warrior two. So check that back foot, opening out the hip, hands are shoulder height. Slide that back hand down and then turn and lift forward, okay? So working through that hip flexor. Tuck the hand into the bent part of the leg and go up and over the top. And stand up, okay? Check both legs are straight. We're going to go into triangle. So shoulder height, lean across, turn that front palm out, reach down for the ankle or the calf, and then turn, look at that hand. Come back up again. Flick both feet so they're forward. We're going to go into our wide forward fold. Drop the head down, slide the hands down into the ankles, okay? So some of you will be able to go nice and flat and push. Some of you will go midway. Again, it's a personal feeling. You push as far as you can. Slide the hands to one side, looking to get that that head towards the knee. Slide back through the middle, head towards the opposite knee. Excellent job. And come back through the middle and stand back up again. So hopefully we should feel a little bit warmer, moving quite nicely now. Okay, we're going to add in a few moves where we link together. So we're going to look at putting the chair move in with our warrior three and with a high lunge move, okay? But we're going to run through the warrior moves again with you. So I'm going to come to the front of my mat. I'm going to come midway. So you choose which side. We're just going to work through the three warriors, okay? So making sure the front knee is bent, chest is lifted. We're going to lunge back into that warrior one, okay? My back heel is off the ground, my chest is up, my back leg is straight, my front leg is bent, okay? Looking to try and have knee over ankle. From here, we turn that back foot to the side, we open out into that warrior two. Now warrior three from here, is a press up and forwards, lifting that back foot and stretching through. So this is our warrior three. You can also then look to bring the arms to the side, working on that core strength and standing back up again. Let's flip sides. One side is going to be stronger than the other, okay? So find the middle of your mat, chest lifted, core nice and tight. Let's lunge back into warrior one. On the ball of the foot, back leg is straight, front leg is bent. Open out the hip into warrior two. Changing that foot position. Bring the hand through, press the knee, and then lift up into that warrior three. Then you can bring the arms, this is my wobblier side, by your side, and then stand up again, okay? So I'm a little bit more wonky, I move around more on that side, okay? So we're going to do that one more time through, just so you get used to the flow, but especially to that warrior three move, okay? So first side again, lunge back into warrior one. Plant the foot so you're nice and stable. Make sure it's a big lunge. Really stretch the hands up to the ceiling, be as long and be as tall as you can. Open out the hip. Turn that back foot, lift up the chin, okay? It's called warrior for a reason. Be strong, be tall, and then slide through, bend the leg, lift that back foot, reach the arms forward, okay? I'm going to bring the arms backwards. Looking to hold that position, keep that core nice and tight, and then come up to standing, okay? Final time on the other side. So big lunge back, big lunge back. Chest lifted on the ball of the foot. Front leg is bent, really reach. Your neck should be nice and loose. Turn that back foot, open out the hip, into that warrior two. And from here, bend the leg, press through, reach, reach, reach. Be long, bring the hands by our side. And up to standing. Okay, fantastic. Right, let's try and link some moves. So, middle of your mat. We're going to go from a chair move, where our legs are bent, and then we're going to go into a warrior three move, and then into a high lunge. Try and join in with me. So we're just trying to group some, and we're going to work on the legs this morning, okay? So, with the chair, we're going to press down, okay? We're going to bring the hands down to this position now. From here, you choose which leg you want to lift. We're going to press the hips up and we're going to move that leg backwards, okay? Into that. See, I've not done that very well. It worked yesterday. Into that warrior three move. From here, you're going to push back into a high lunge. Then you're going to seesaw forward again into our warrior three. And then you're going to come back into chair. And then stand back up again. So it's looking at a flow move, a linking move. So we're going to try the other side. Let's go into chair. From here, up into warrior three. Hold that position. High lunge. Tip forward again into warrior three. Bring the leg through, into chair, and back up again, okay? So we're going to go on to the other side again. We're just going to keep trying moving through this a couple of times, okay? It won't go perfectly, you'll wobble like me, but it's all about trying to work the core and the legs. So into chair, into warrior three, into high lunge, into warrior three, into chair, opposite side, warrior three, high lunge, warrior three, into chair, warrior three, high lunge, Warrior three, into chair. Warrior three, high lunge. Into that warrior three, into chair, and come up to standing. Okay, excellent job. Come to the middle of the mat for me. We're going to go down into a kneeling position, so just kneeling down. Okay, we're going to work on the legs still, but we're working on the hip flexor, okay? You should be kneeling about hip width apart. Any of you who've got severe knee issues, you might have to sit this one out, okay? Most of you should be fine. If you want to, you can place a cushion or a pillow underneath or a towel underneath the knees, okay? If you want to give yourself some extra support. We're just going to work on opening. This is a Pilates move. So we're just going to look to open and hold and then press back again. Keeping the core nice and tight. So we're just going forwards and back. This is a flow move, okay? So we're just going back and then sitting back up again. So if I turn to the side, I've got a small, and then I'm coming back up again. So I'm working those quads, opening out the hip flexor, keeping my core nice and tight. Press back, and up. I'm going to do two more. One, and two. Okay, I'm just going to turn back to the front. We're going to add a side move in, which will help us with the camel, okay? So what we're going to look to do is we're going to take the hand back and we're going to bring the arm up. We're going to go to the other side. So working through the back. So we're crossing and pressing. So if I turn to the side, this is a really nice flow move. So the hand goes to the heel and then it comes up again. So stretching back through the spine, through the hip. Lead and back. Upper back and shoulders. Two more. One more. And hold it there, okay? So we did the camel the other day where we're looking to open out the chest. All I want you to do is to do a half camel. So place one hand onto the heel. We're going to take the other arm. We're just going to go backwards and we're going to hold that position. Opening out the hip flexor, allowing the head, pressing up, okay? Come back up. Let's change sides. So put the other hand to heel, and we're going to sweep the hand back over the body, opening out the chest, the hips, the quads, and come down. Let's do it one more time each side. I'm going to turn back towards you. Place the hand towards the heel, and then reach up, lift the hips. And come down, opposite side, heel to hand. And come down. Right, we're going to bring and go into a sitting position. Now, from here, we're going to have a go at the camel, those of you who want to, all right? So, my suggestion is, take the hands around and just hold onto the heel. What you're looking to do then is press the hips up and open out the chest. If you're uncomfortable with that, just place the hands on the side, just have a go at pushing up. It's where you feel comfy, okay? So I'm going to have my hands onto my heels, okay? I'm going to look to lift my chin. I'm going to press my hips up and extend into camel. And then lower back down again. So again, just turning to the side, thinking, and we're moving into these, so you should be able to progress them each week, okay? So my hands are on my heels, so I'm not going straight into it. I'm squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting my chin, pressing my hips, and opening up. And lower back down again. Okay, fantastic job, guys. So from here, we're going to go into our 4-point position. So shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. And we're going to go into a cat position. So just pulling up the hips, opening out the spine, allowing the head to drop, chin into chest. Stretching out that lower back. We're going to go all the way through. Press those hips up, lift the chin into that cow position. And then we're going to go all the way through into that cat. And then come through into cow. Okay, back into neutral spine, so your stomach shouldn't be up or down. We're going to try a linking move here. So we're going to go into bear crawl. So tuck your toes under and then just lift your knees off the ground. So this is bear crawl. From here, you're going to press up into downward dog. So you're going to lift the hips up and then you're going to look to drop forwards into dolphin. Then you're going to bring the knees down, back into bear crawl, okay? Now, I want you to be careful of your heads, okay? This is a shoulder move, but also it's working on the core. And we're looking to just link a few moves together. When you go into that dolphin, just be careful that you don't slip with the hand and you end up banging your head, okay? So just work through it nice and slowly. We're not going to rush it, okay? So let's go back into that position. So 4-point position, tuck the toes under. We're going to squeeze and we're going to lift the knees off the ground, okay? My back's still nice and flat, but my knees are off the ground, okay? From here, press up into that downward dog. Lift your tailbone nice and high, straighten the legs. Now from here, you shift the weight forward, but you bend your elbows and you lower down into that dolphin position, okay? So your head goes towards the ground, okay? Working on the shoulders, tuck the knees in and press up into bear. Hold that position there. Let's go one more time. Knees are off the ground. Press up into downward dog. Drop the head down. Weight moves slightly forward, bend the elbows all the way into dolphin. Bend the knees, press up into bear crawl. Hold that position there, lower the knees down, and then sit back onto the heels. Okay, so we're just trying to add little things in now and again, okay? From here, come up, and we're going to take our foot to the side. So we're looking to have this knee bent and our other foot out to the side. The foot is also to the side as well, so it acts as a kind of a stopper, okay? Hips are nice and square. From here, we're just going to lean forwards. Okay, so you're nice and flat, hands are on the floor, and you're just going to press back and then just come forwards. Press the hip back. So again, focusing on the legs. We've done quite a lot of movement with the legs today. Just giving you a couple of different options for stretching. Inner thigh. This is a great one if you've set yourself the task of being able to do the splits by the end of lockdown. This is one you want to be working on. Okay, change sides for me. So come up. So we're going to take that leg to the side. Make sure that foot's to the side also. Press the hips back. Okay, leg is straight, other knee is bent, and then you're just going to press back slightly and then forwards. Press. So working again those hips, really, really important in swimming. Working that hip flexor, but working that core. And it's just a slow rock backwards and forwards. Okay, bring the leg back together again. Come up, we're going to go into a kneeling lunge, okay? So this is a kneeling lunge. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it into the runner's lunge, where we take the hands either side and we slide that leg back. So we're looking to sink the hips into the ground, okay? So I call this a deep lunge, a runner's lunge. My hands at either side, okay? So from here, still focusing on the leg. I'm going to press back through my hip and I'm going to go into that hamstring. My hands don't move position, but my bum changes position. So I'm going to come through into that lunge and I'm going to rock back into the hamstring. I call this hamstring rock. So lunging in through and then pressing back. So this is a half fold, they call it. So many different names. One more time with the hamstring. Okay, so here, we're going to keep the hand placed and then we're just going to turn, open out. Bring the hand down, come up, and let's just change sides. So again, you're in that kneeling lunge position, hands either side. Extend that back leg, so the knee pushes back, toes pointed. Then we're going to rock through, and then the hip. So it's again a move, you go as far as you can, looking to bring the toes at the front off. Rock, and back. Working that hamstring, working the hip flexor, working the quads. One more. Hold it here. Hand is planted, just turning through the hips and the waist. Bring down. Okay, from here, just slide that foot back into kneeling, and then from here, going into my favorite stretch, into child's pose. Hips pressing back, forehead down to the mat, fully extend those arms. And to keep the theme of the flow up, we're going to go all the way through into upward facing dog. And we're going to press all the way back into child's pose. We should be much warmer now so the hips can sink in. Make sure the arms are straight. Looking to keep those knees together. Pressing through. And being as long as we can. Working through the hip area. Lower back. Really nice big stretch. Get ready for Friday. Hold in this child's pose position. Slide the hands down so we just relax off. So we're tucked into a little ball. Just stay here. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slowly sitting up so we're in our thunderbolt position. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach up nice and high. Hands into heart. We are done, guys. Well done.